I just got paid $30,000 for one deal. This is an off-market deal, which is always what I deal with. And I had my cold callers uncover this lead. This lady was ready to sell her house in Snohomish, Washington, which is where I lived at the time. So keep in mind, this is in June of 2021. So coming up on a year ago from today. And when I go see these sellers, I present them my different options. And so I have an option of, you can sell top dollar, we can go on the market, and it's gonna take a little bit longer to sell. You're gonna have to deal with people coming in and out. You're not gonna have as much control over the transaction. Whatever the pros and cons are, there's always a ton. And then second, we could give them a cash offer and they don't have to worry about anything. We can close in 2 weeks, blah, 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 but they're not gonna get as much money. And so those are people who are usually motivated and in a desperate need, or they can't fix up the house to put it on the market. There's several reasons. And then the third option is seller financing. So we can give them an offer where they're not getting a large chunk of change, but they're getting a down payment and they still assume the loan. And so in this situation, the person wanted top dollar, so we put it on the market. Well, anyways, a week later after we put it on the market, this went into probate. So this was an inherited property, and turns out the nephews were trying to sue the seller who inherited the property. There was only 2 people on the will, the 2 sisters, and the nephews were going after them because they wanted some of the money. Anyways, this process was drawn out for way too long, and finally 8 months later or so, we finally got permission to sell it again. Well, at this time, there was a lot of money that was going into the property because this court case and fixing it up a little bit more. And one of the sisters was very, very broke at the time. Like, she needed money and she was in a time of stress. And so I said, hey, like, we should still put this on the market. That's how you're gonna get top dollar. I instructed them to do that because I was representing them at the time, but I hadn't renewed my contract with them. So long story short, I didn't renew the contract because they told me they wanted to go back to my cash offer. They were very motivated now. They wanted the money and they just wanted to be done with it. So I gave them their price and they didn't have to pay me commissions. I got that under contract, and then I assigned that contract to one of my investor friends, and the difference was $30,000. I got to keep that $30,000, and that was my wholesale fee. So this thing works. I just made half of most people's salary in America on one deal. And I plan on doing lots more of those deals and continuing to find off-market deals.